YouthFX was founded in 2008. We're based in upstate New York in the Capital Region in Albany South End, but we are a national organization that works with young people ages 10 to 25 to use the power of filmmaking and digital media as a way for young people to tell their stories, to have impacts in their communities, and to build solidarity and connection with each other.
It's just important. Like, filmmaking really taught me how to communicate with people better, how to respect people better, how to have way more patience. Like, I think I'm way more patient than how I used to be from working on sets and stuff like that. And you learn how to communicate better without being mean all the time. Or you learn constructive criticism. And honestly, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have the chance to make films, because it's so much fun. And it's good to clear your head, and you learn so much from it. More than just learning how to work a camera, you learn life.
In the work that I do at YouthFX, I'm always thinking about the historical and the spiritual significance of telling stories. And so even when we begin programming and even when we begin engagement, we often start off with, what is the truth that we know about film? What is the truth that we know about how film has been used to suppress stories, to suppress ourselves? And how can we reimagine and re-envision the use of this tool to correct some of the wrongs that have happened, not only to us personally, but in context to our community, in context to our family story, to context of how we view ourselves and each other.
I feel like our stories are always told by someone that is not of color, and they always have this persona of us when they make the story. So being able to have a program like this to be able to express ourselves and create things that we want to see in the future, what we want to see as change, because we are the future.
And I think a lot of people in my generation need a support system and guidance. And I feel like having a space like YouthFX just gives you the freedom to be yourself.
I think a really significant aspect of our organizational values is trust, and trusting young people to hold space and to be themselves uninterrupted by the typical expectations that are often in our culture, in our society, about how they're supposed to act or how they're supposed to be in community with each other. And so I just wanted to shout y'all out for just being comfortable and being open in the space. And really nice to meet you. But yeah, y'all are a great group. This was awesome.
I mean, it's a great group of people. It's a great group of people. They're all very talented, so it wasn't hard to listen.
Making films to me is the ability to share my mind with others. I feel like you can basically make anything that you can dream of. And honestly, doing this YouthFX program has been a little bit of a dream come true, because it allows me a certain freedom. I get to make my own story and share my own voice. It makes me feel heard, and it's a way to also connect to people who may feel how I feel.
A really significant thing that we don't talk about enough is that all of YouthFX's programs are free of cost. And I think that in and of itself has really dismantled the barriers often associated with filmmaking. And so it's just how can we broaden the scope of access for young people while also creating space that allows them to be themselves and to engage with others.
Access is so important for this program in the sense of I'm never gonna learn this stuff until I go to college. So the fact that I can touch a Canon camera and learn how to use it and interview people, help interview people, show my skills in sound and stuff like that, and talk to people who know more about it, but aren't putting me in a situation where I have to prove myself. I could just learn from them and we could build that relationship.
Where we're located is really important, because I think we need this type of program, because I think there is a lack of vision for a lot of young people because a lot of them see Albany as a place that they want to leave and get out of. And so I think it's important for us to be investing in the arts in the capital region because I think it's a way that people can feel proud of the place that they live in. Filmmaking and the art form that we're engaged in is a way to kind of present a different vision of what the city of Albany and what the capital region could be. Because I think often when you're living in areas that have not had access to the resources that they deserve, people start to internalize a real negative perception of their communities. And I think what we're trying to do is flip that, and we're trying to have young people feel proud of where they're at and be able to shape that future by telling the stories that are rooted in their communities.
The future for Youth FX is definitely bright. I love daydreaming about the future and all that's possible for us. I think on the horizon, we have so much in mind. I think honoring the deeper ways that we can continue to engage young people. I think over the course of the past 3 years since the onset of the pandemic, it's like, how can we assess like the significant need for mental health support in organizations that work with young people, and even the significance of social work and trauma-informed process in filmmaking. What ways can we re-envision and redefine how we're telling stories and how we're teaching young people how to tell stories that is not replicating the dominant process and in turn inflicting more harm. So I think I look forward to just like a lot of growth and development for Youth FX and all the ways that we can continue expanding our ideas and all the things that we've learned.